Back in 2012, I lived in sunny Puerto Rico. I lived with my fiance of 6 years, and our life was pretty good. We would go to the beach, take long, spontaneous vacations, and go out with. May came around, and I graduated from my bachelor's in biomedical sciences, and I was on a straight track to a doctor's in epidemiology. The day after that glorious graduation, I found out I was 12 weeks pregnant. We suddenly realized that what we thought was paradise was actually not the best place for this baby. Not only did we live in a small apartment, education in Puerto Rico was some of the worst worldwide. On top of that, criminality was rampant. Drugs and killings were the norm of the day. With heavy hearts, my husband and I decided to move to Florida to look for the best life for this little baby. On the way there, we talked, and the more we talked, the more scared we got. We had few savings. We didn't have jobs. We didn't know anybody there. And what happened if we couldn't find jobs fast? What if we ran out of our money? But here we went. Once in Florida, we started getting desperate. But the moment we got the most nervous, that's when my fiance got the amazing job with a huge pay raise from what he had in Puerto Rico. Next week, I got a new job at Walt Disney World. From this, we managed to buy a new home and even got a bit left over and got a new car. Everything was starting to fall into place. After endless hours of thinking, I decided to go back to study. I really didn't have a clue what I wanted to do, but the moment I got pregnant, I knew something changed in me. I no longer wanted to study medicine. Getting pregnant woke up my maternal side. I knew I wanted to work with kids. So I decided to apply to UCF for a teaching career. And in a couple of weeks, I got my acceptance letter. The only problem was I knew this was not going to go well with my fiance. He was not going to be happy that I am throwing away my medical career. But after a couple of weeks of arguing, he finally understood what I felt. Off I went to start the year at the teaching academy. I could honestly say I felt extremely happy. I felt this was the right place for me. After several weeks of classes, I started volunteering at Dearwood Elementary. That was the moment I realized that this was my calling. I love the environment, and there is no better feeling than seeing the children's face of accomplishment when they finally understand something. And meeting all these children and learning about their different backgrounds was fascinating. I could truly imagine myself doing this for the rest of my life. As time went on, my pregnancy continued. Getting to classes, working, and volunteering hours was getting exhausting. I just felt tired all the time, and on top of that, preparing everything for the baby's arrival was getting beyond stressful. 1 month before the baby's arrival, I could feel my body was exhausted. That day, I was awake 6 early in the morning. It was almost 10 at night, and I was still at the library studying. I started feeling a sharp pain in my abdomen and could barely stand up. I called my fiance and we rushed to the hospital. It was too early for the baby to come. Sitting in the hospital, I was having some serious contractions. The doctors managed to slow them down and advised me to take it slow. I was overworking my baby. They discharged me that night with strict orders to lay down and rest. Not even an hour after I got home, I started getting some pretty severe contractions that hurt even more than the ones before. My fiance started helping me to get up from the bed when I felt the rush of water. My water had broken. Once again, we rushed back to the hospital. After 23 hours of labor, the doctors decided it was too dangerous to keep going, and they decided to take me to an emergency C-section. After everything, my son was born perfect. It was beautiful, sweet, and anything a mother could ever wish for. I was nervous, scared, and happy all at the same time. I knew my new life as a mother was beginning. I was always ready for the ride. After everything, my son changed my life in so many ways. From moving to a new country, to leaving my friends and my family behind, to even starting a new career. This past year was simply chaotic. In reality, I couldn't imagine it any other way. It is hard to believe that someone so small can impact your life so severely and make you realize to what extent you can truly love somebody and all the things you will do to give them the life that they deserve.
¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué te... ¿Qué? ¿De qué tú te ríes? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Y cuál es tu alegría hoy? En verdad. Cuéntame, ¿qué pasó? Besitos de nene. Besitos para nene. Y ya mamá está acá, mamá está acá.